What up, everyone? I am Zafa, Slater, aka El Chingon, and you're probably wondering where the comic outlaw Jack Slater is. Well, I know I explained this in a few videos, but just in case this is your first time, Jack's on a little field trip down to Mexico, trying to work things out. So let's just keep it short. And yeah, he does a Funko song, so I have to do it. So it's Funko time. It's Funko time. Oh yay, it's Funko time. It's part of the gig. And we're going to be talking about the X Men. And I don't know if you ever seen the X Men animated series that came out in the 90s. Wonderful, wonderful series. The animation first season, kind of a little choppy. They put a little more money into Spider-Man, but the storyline absolutely fantastic. They did a Days of Future Past, and the cartoon, bar none. Well, actually, the movies are good too, but the cartoon kind of pays more attention to the comic books. The movies, they kind of do their own thing. They change a lot of stuff and yet keep it the same. But the comics, on the other hand, and the animated TV series kind of run hand in hand. I mean, it sums up a lot of history, but X Men, the animated series, actually does a fantastic job at doing that. And we're going to be reviewing Bishop, a character that plays a pivotal role. Actually, the story is mostly about him. And he comes from a dystopian future where basically the humans and mutants got desperate and they joined together to fight against the Sentinels that took over. So this is about 80 years later. And Bishop is raised in this real messed up future. And there's this X-Men security team, the Xavier Security Enforcers. Basically, they're the X-Men of the future. They end up taking Bishop in. He ends up trying to fight for freedom, wherever there's trouble. And so he ends up time traveling with this villain. I'll probably be talking about him later. His name, I'm going to keep quiet for now. I want you to actually look that up. Put it in the comments. I want people to do some research. I've been saying that over and over again. If you know who it is, post a picture. But I'll give you a hint. He uses life energy to time travel. And they didn't mention him in the animated series. So you're not going to get the answer there. He made his appearance in Canny X-Men 1991. I think, let's see what my little thing says, 282. Yeah, I had to do this at the last minute. So I had to write some chicken scratch down. 1991. The 90s were a pivotal year for X-Men. I mean, if you actually read the comic books, it starts off basic team, basic Marvel standards. Jackson's been covering the Fantastic Four. You've actually seen the team evolve. Same thing for the X-Men. They got more politically conscious in the 70s, the 80s. Actually, the 80s is a very interesting one where Magneto was kind of the leader. The New Mutants came from that. A lot of fascinating things that kind of lead into now came from that. But the fascinating part about this is the 90s flipped the script. Okay, Magneto was the leader of the New Mutants. He was actually part of the X-Men. And they just redid Magneto. They made him a bad guy again. They brought him back in classic ways. We got the appearance of Omega Red. We got the appearance of a lot of interesting characters. Jim Lee hopped on. And it just started a new genesis for what the X-Men were going to be for the next 10 years before it got taken over again by Grant. And it kind of went towards the X-Men movies, and it leads into what's going on now in the House of X and beyond. But what came out of it was this wonderful animated series. The theme music and everything. It just hooks you in right away. Now Bishop time travels. I'll just give you the animated series version because I don't want to give away that guy's identity because I want you to post it. So he time travels because of Forge and Wolverine. Wolverine actually rescues him. They end up getting shot by the Sentinels. He goes back in time, and you find out. And this is spoilers for a show that came out a long time ago. So if you don't want to hear it, cover your ears. But Gambit is the would-be assassin. And so Bishop tries to, you know. And Bishop has the ability to absorb energy. So if you hit him with an optic blast, Gambit's card, anything like that, he can actually rechannel it. So he's a perfect assassin. Well, the perfect soldier to send back to kill the assassin. And the thing is that they're going to murder a senator named Kelly, and it starts the whole Sentinel thing off. So you find out that it's not Gambit, it's Mesquite. It's just a plot by Magneto, and he doesn't know all the events that are going to actually be set off by this. And you gotta love time travel when it's done right. They actually mentioned Bishop later on in a different series. Like I said, I don't like giving a lot of stuff away. But let's just say they saved Kelly for now. And and Bishop goes back to his time, but he comes back again. It's very interesting in time travel. Sometimes the character's there for a while. Sometimes the character takes off. Take Cable, for example. Cable has hopped around in so many different times. Like his whole mission was literally to kill Apocalypse, but you find out that he's the reason Apocalypse gets his power. So those two are interconnected. Bishop, on the other hand, in the comics decided to stay. And the assassination, or the thing that he was trying to prevent, was a onslaught. Yeah, so the big villain in that, spoilers, is Professor Charles Xavier. When he took in the evil of Magneto after Magneto stole all the Antimantium from Wolverine. Another good series. Wolverine without his Antimantium, I highly recommend that too. Bishop has bounced back and forth. He's been on the X-Men. He's been on the Marauders. And he's basically the same staunch person in Civil War. He actually joined his Tony Stark side. And actually, I love Bishop's gun. I love the character of Bishop. This is classic Bishop right here. He has affiliations with Storm. Back in the X-Men team, there was X-Men Gold and X-Men Blue. He was part of X-Men Gold with Storm, Colossus, a few other people. Really cool team. Storm actually led the team on that one. So look up X-Men Gold back in the day. You will not be disappointed. X-Men Blue was the classical one, Wolverine, Cyclops. But X-Men Gold, Archangel, it had its own flavor to it. So if you get a chance, use Wikipedia or whatever and look that up. But let's check this out, shall we? What you gotta love about Marvel? Bobblehead. See, that's how Bishop redirects energy. And the gun. This gun's actually pretty cool from the future. Check it out. Funko does a real good job at detail. You gotta love Funko for this. And I do love Marvel because of the bobbleheads. I always keep saying DC. Cousin keeps saying the same thing. Take a cue from Marvel. Does the stand test. Stands pretty good. And that's my review. Bishop, the X-Men. And yeah, check out X-Men Gold in the 90s. Won't be disappointed. Very cool. Check out the animated series. Just check out Bishop, period. And as always, Zafa, Slater, El Chingon, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Yeah.